Okay, so today we're gonna be making these little tie-dye coffee filter butterflies. So what you're going to get like in your basket is you're gonna get 2 coffee filters, then you're gonna get a paper plate, and then you guys have markers and stuff at home. You'll also need the paintbrush that we gave you, and then you'll need like a little cup of water. So our first step is that we're going to put both coffee filters on top of each other and then place them on the plate. This is going to help the markers not bleed on your table. So make sure that you have your plate underneath so that you don't get your markers on the table. So then what you're going to do is you're going to color from the center outward, and whatever colors you want. I'm going to do little rainbow, so I'm going to start in the middle. You can do designs, you can do swirls, you can honestly do whatever you want. Like, this is your butterfly, so you can do it however you want. Okay, so now that we've got our little design, I did like a little swirl thing, and then on the outside I did a little bit of a different design. You guys can do whatever you want, so you can draw pictures, you can do honestly whatever you guys want. So then once you've got it on there, make sure that your other coffee filter is underneath, because that's super important, because we want the colors from this coffee filter to bleed onto the other one. So make sure that you're on your plate too, for sure. And then you're gonna just barely dip the tip of your paintbrush into the water, wipe away any excess water, because we really don't want a lot of water at all. And then you're gonna start from the very center and you're gonna go outwards. So you're gonna paint outwards. You don't wanna paint inwards, because then all the inward colors are gonna bleed and it's all gonna mix together. So you're gonna paint outwards, and it kind of separate them so that they can bleed all the way through the coffee filter. And make sure that you don't use too much water, because that's, it's gonna look really funky if you do. And you're just gonna keep doing this until the whole thing is just very, very slightly damp. You don't want it to be any damper than that, so be very careful. Okay, so then once it's like all pretty damp, you're gonna go in with your dry paintbrush and just kind of continuously spread until everything looks a little bit like watery, milky kind of. And then you're gonna set it aside and let it dry almost completely. So you want to let this dry for at least like 10 minutes. So we'll come back when it's dry, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so now that these are dry, you're gonna like separate them. So one should look like this, and then the other one should look pretty identical to it. And look, it even made a pretty thing on there. And then what you're going to do next is you're gonna fold these into kind of like an accordion. So you're gonna flip them and fold. And this part is kind of difficult, but just take it one step at a time. You're gonna flip and fold again until you make kind of like a little accordion with it. And then you're gonna do that to the other one as well. So once you have both of those, we'll have them both like as a little accordion like that. You're gonna stack them on top of each other, just like this. And then you're gonna take your, whatever this is, pipe cleaner, and you're gonna put it underneath, just like that. And then you're gonna bring both sides together, try to make them as even as possible. And you're gonna twist them very lightly, because you don't wanna rip the paper. But you're gonna twist them so that it makes a little bit of a loop, just like that. And then, I honestly find it easier to make the little antennas right now. So what I did to make my antennas is I just wrapped it around my finger to make a little bit of a loop. Just like that. And you're gonna do the same for the other side. It's okay if they're not perfect, but just like that. And then you're gonna separate and pull out your little butterfly wings, just like this. Be very, very careful, because coffee filters can tear sometimes, so be super gentle and just pull them out like this. Separate them as much as you want, and there you have your little butterfly.